I was watching a live from Rompia's Facebook. I don't know if you know Rompia. It's a fan. It's a fan. That the other day on the Mandala Bay, on the anniversary of Michael, and I was delighted to see you talking to Vigal.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were friends.
You know, for me, everyone, like, there's no categories for me in that way. Like in Twitter or Facebook or whatever, like, if you're someone that supports my uncle, like, yes, I understand the difference between family and non-family, but you're still family to me in that way. And as we started this conversation, I do treat everyone the same. I've always have in that way, which is why I'm so approachable. But at the same time, I'll spend hours talking to you if I have those hours in that way, because I like people, and I also want people to know that I appreciate them defending my uncle, supporting my uncle, because they don't have to in that way. And so I have a high respect for you guys in what you do.
Thank you.
I really do. And that's one of the reasons why when you asked me to be on this, it's like, it's an honor for me as well, because I love thanking you guys. And this is, that you guys deserve to hit the moon in that way, because it's been a long process, decades, for a lot of us, decades of being ridiculed and being told that you're just fans and you can't see past it and all that stuff and in general. And so I think Michael Jackson fans have a different set of skin that they've, rhinoceros skin, if you want to quote my own, but we have to as well, in that way, because we've been told we're wrong so many times, even though we're right. And then when it's found out that we're right, they don't say you're right. They just go on to the next thing in that way. And so we've seen the karma train work many ways now. And I always say the karma train is still working in terms of, because our people are starting to learn that we were always on the right side of history in that way. They're starting to figure it out now, because they were the ones lied to, which is why I said with the series, I want people angry. I want people angry that they got denied Michael Jackson, that they might have not gone to his show because of rumors and lies. And so that is the point of it. Otherwise, if it was just for me to do it, I wouldn't do it, because it's a lot of sacrifice. It's a lot of time. I have two young, babies, basically, one turning 3 and one under 4 months old right now. So it's like, I know the sacrifice that it's going to be, but at the same time, it's a sacrifice for it's going to help their future too, because I don't want them dealing at the playground or whatever, hearing rumors about their great uncle or whatever. Like, it stops here. And that's what I said when I decided to do this. I said it stopped when I had Taylor. I said it stops here. She's not growing up hearing this crap about something that's not true. And I said, I'm going to do something about it. And I did. Taylor was only 2 months old when I went to the UK and I did all those interviews and stuff like that. So I was scared I was going to miss certain things, like, the first this and whatever. But I had such a supportive wife, and I still do, that, amazing that she knows my uncle's legacy, and she wants it preserved just as much as everyone else does. So, most wives would have been like, no, you should be here with the baby. This is an important time. It's not even 3 months yet. But she was like, no, you go, you fight for your uncle in that way.
Vigal told a fan, Catherine, that he was a new confidentiality agreement stricter than the one he had with Michael. Do you know something about this? What's going on with Neverland?
With Neverland now?
Oh,
yes, Neverland Ranch.
Okay, now I'm not allowed to say what's going on.
Now, so I
know some things because I know some things in that way. I can tell you that
it's good.
I truly do think Neverland is in good hands in that way. Someone that honors Michael and had good memories.
This is the most important thing.
That was the most important thing to me too, which is one, because Neverland was a place that is sacred to me in that way. I always thought it would be part of our family. I always thought the kids would grow older and all that stuff. So it was one of those things that was very hard for me to see on the market in that way, because it almost felt like we were selling part of Michael as well in that way. But when you find out that it's in good hands, it makes it feel a lot better in that way. And you know that someone's going to honor that person in a way, in terms of just respect him to the point. It would have been, the worst thing would have been for it to be bought and then torn down or anything else like that. There is a respect factor in there that makes me feel a lot better, because I lived there, you know. Not only lived there, I had every birthday party there. You know, I had my graduation there. There's a lot of important memories I've had there in that way. My uncle was so generous of opening it up whenever we needed it, me and my brothers, or wanted it in that way. And so knowing that it's in good hands makes me feel a lot better in that, or at least being respected the way it should be. It's not, you know, someone trying to deface Michael or anything like that, or erase Michael and all that stuff. So that's how I look at it. And so I do feel a lot better.
That's all we need to know about it.
Yes, of course.
I'm not down by any
anything more.
I'm not down by any confidentiality agreement or anything like that. It's just you know, from what I've heard and from what someone has told me, I don't want to say what I know, because that person told me in confidence.
Perfect. And what do you think about possible Michael Jackson's new release or new album? You want it or no?
I have mixed opinion. I would love new music of my uncle if it's to a standard that he would be happy and proud of. I don't want to be a hypocrite, because he loved finding undiscovered stuff of other people and movies and undiscovered stories of people and like that. And I saw the joy that it brought him, especially if it was brand new and he had never seen it. Like if there was a Three Stooges, and then there wasn't, but if there was a Three Stooges short that was not supposed to ever be seen, trust me, he would have found it, you know, and wanting to see it, because we love that, you know. You want more of someone, but there has to be a standard of quality, and that's the only thing I would say, is just make sure it's up to the par of what he would be. And it's hard because you're just guessing of what he would want. I think that he would be proud of is always the standard that I would go with, which I love. You know, Love Never Felt So Good, the original, obviously. Like
The original.
I hear it, and I didn't hear it before it was released, in terms of until the estate released it. That song, because I've heard every other song of my uncle, you know, for 1,000. That song still today makes me feel closer to my uncle than Billie Jean Beat It or Captain, even songs, even Stranger in Moscow, where I was on the set with my brothers, you know, for the video. That Love Never, because it's like it's new and it's fresh to me, and I can hear the rawness of my uncle
and the joy in his voice,
and the joy and the piano and everything. It's just like, it reminds me of like being at his house and him singing, just in general, because it has that raw texture that that song for me is such a special song.